Hey there, you two people. Today I'm going to do an unexpected seed haul. It's unexpected because I got seeds in from two vendors that weren't even supposed to be here until Monday, which I'm very happy they came in early. And then I got a nice surprise. I will get to that surprise in just a minute, though. So, without further ado, I got onto Etsy, and there are some reputable shops on Etsy. I was talking in a garden group on Facebook today, and somebody's like, well, aren't you afraid that you're going to get junk? And I said, no, actually I'm not, because there are a lot of reputable sellers on Etsy. Some of them I know, such as Terry Lambert from Rebloom Heirlooms, or Carol Galbiati from Down South Seeds or Old Southern Seeds, and Russ Crow, a Bean Collector's Window. These guys are all very reputable. So you learn which places are reputable and which aren't. Start looking at the reviews. They'll tell you. So, without further ado, I got these from The Need for Seed, Dwarf Howard's Railroad. I don't know why I was just drawn to that name. Boppin' Bomb Diddy, because why wouldn't you get a tomato called Boppin' Bomb Diddy? Starlight. I re-upped my supply of Toad Suck Toad because I sold out of it last year. I was going to grow it, and I sold them all, so I didn't get to. And then this is for part of my Prince collection, the Dwarf Raspberry Beret. I've got 1999 Little Red Corvette. Oh, there was another one in there, and I can't think of it. And now I got Raspberry Beret. A friend of mine really loves Prince, and so I collected those for her because she wants to grow them. And I got this one. I've got Dwarf Gandalf. I've even got one called Frodo. And then I found Dwarf Gimli's Red Beard. Must have. And I have this tomato already, but it was really nice of them to send me a free gift of Stoney's Neighbors. I'll grow that because I want to know if what I had, if they're the same. So I don't mind growing from different vendors. Pardon me. And then I have ordered from this shop before, and I was absolutely impressed. And I started some of their beans and their tomatoes last year. They grew phenomenal. And so these guys specialize in like rare Appalachian heirlooms. A lot of beans. So I picked up some gizzard pole beans, and I'll let you read that. You might have to pause this so that you can read the description, but they even put the germination rate down here, which I think is amazing. So those are gizzard. These are falling all over. Then we have some, they're just called cut short beans, which I want to see if they'll grow here. 99% germination. Same with the other one, 99%. And so I watched that. And then we got some Pine Mountain Greasy Beans. Another one. I have not grown cut shorts, and I have not grown these greasy beans before. But we're going to see if they work here. And this one was just too interesting of a description not to try. Even though the germination is a little lower at 80%, to me that's still pretty good. And I just love the sound of these. These are, you have to string these beans. You have to pull the strings on them. And then this one, I've grown this particular variety before. And it's one of my favorites. And I couldn't find seeds anywhere. I think Russ Crow might have had them, but I'm not sure. I'd have to get back online and check. He may have sold out. But I saw that they had it, so I grabbed a pack. These are amazing green beans. Amazing. And the flowers are not white. I believe the flowers for these are pink. So I got those new bean varieties to try out this year. We're going to enjoy those, I'm sure. Pardon me. This time of year is horrible for those of us with allergies. It really is. And then when you have emphysema on top of that, it makes it doubly bad. But it is what it is. And then I have we put, I can't think of the word, humidifier on my oxygen concentrator. So I get water in my oxygen line all the time, and it bubbles up and vexes me, I guess. Alright, so back in January, at the beginning of January, my friend Alexey Kulik, who is a tomato breeder in Ukraine and has bred some absolutely amazingly beautiful varieties, messaged me on Facebook and told me that I would be getting a surprise. He was going to send it out in a couple of days. Honestly, I forgot all about it. And I got a surprise in the mail today. And I hope you guys are all ready for this. Because I was just absolutely in shock that he would think of me. And his wife, I believe, his wife was the one that addressed the envelope. So thank you, Alexey and Valentina. I really appreciate this. So, let's see here. This one, the name got folded, but it is called Hearts of the Exploded Galaxies. I do not know what that looks like. I really want to know what that looks like. And this one is Teton de Monia. I'm going to say like Sonia or Tanya. Green Heart of the Steppe. Green when ripe is not my favorite flavor profile, but I am so anxious to try that. Because it's a heart. I mean, I don't know as I've really seen many green heart tomatoes. And this one is just called Apricot. I'm sure that one's going to be delicious. Oh, come on. Why is it not focusing? Here we go. Full Moon Charm. Love Potion. Workhorse. Big Sweet Bavovna. Some of the, like this one, of course, I won't need to look up because Golden Heart of Ukraine, I know what that's going to be. It's going to be a big yellow heart-shaped tomato, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely delicious. But a lot of these, I will need to look them up to see what they look like because I don't know. I will plug this into a translator and get a better description. And I have done that with some of the varieties, and you'll see why here in a minute. Get my paper out. This one is Chocolate Passion, and that's it for the ones that had the English names on them. And then they sent me a whole bunch of different, now I've got Golden Heart of Ukraine right there, and then we have Heart of Ukraine Red, and so I've already put these through translation. Heart of Ukraine Azov. Now Azov is a sea there, part of a sea there in Ukraine. I'm going to say it's probably down by where the Crimean Peninsula is. This one is Braveheart of Ukraine. And this one is Dennis's Heart. So that's a lot of heart-shaped tomatoes. And I like heart-shaped tomatoes. They're such an all-purpose tomato. I really like them. Okay, and then we have, this one is Hetman's Pear. And that is a military leader, as they call it, a hetman. Not sure if I'm going to say this right. Haidamaki. And I believe that one is the pear with the Hetman's Pear. This is Horpina or Horpina. Yeah, it's all covered up with seeds. But anyway, that is a female name, and it's kind of a pet name, like a nickname off of a popular Ukrainian name. This is part of the My Ukraine series. It's Gold of Tavria. And I actually grew this last year as a really tasty tomato. Oklahoma Crimson Sunset. And I have seeds for those in my collection, but that's really great because now I've got them from 2 different vendors. And I know that Alexey's stuff grows really well because I've grown his stuff for several years now. And he's one of my favorite vendors. Sunny Morning. Sunny Morning is a mid-season. The weight averages between 150 and 200 grams. And it is a striped or variegated, and then it's round to rib-shaped. And then this is another heart called King's Favorite. Oops, got it upside down. Sorry about that. King's Favorite. And this one, it's a big one. It goes over 300 grams, and it's red. And then we have, these seeds just get in the way, so I can't. We have Magic of Flame. I love that translator thing that I got. It makes it so easy. Because when I had to go and I translated the My Ukraine series, I actually, this is crazy, but I did it. And that's how I kind of can read some of the Ukrainian alphabet now. But I wrote out the Ukrainian alphabet, and then I matched each one of the letters. And then I got the Ukrainian word spelled out in English. And then I plugged that into a Ukrainian to English translator, and that's how I was able to translate those. It was crazy, but this, I was able to take a picture of the seed pack, and it gave me a translation. And this one is called, I cannot pronounce the first word, but it does mean Carol of the Bells. And I really want to grow that one. It looks like somebody just walked past my window. I don't know if it's my husband or Amazon. And let's see, this one does not have a name. This one is just simply 4B, which is his code for a variety that he thought was interesting enough that it needs to be grown out. So, and then lastly, and I absolutely loved the My Ukraine series. There are a couple I'm actually going to regrow this year because I had deer go through and eat them, so I didn't get to taste them. And I have just bound and determined that I'm going to do that. But this time around, Alexey sent me another series that he's either, I don't know if he's completed it or he's working on it or if I just got a partial of it. But it's called Family Heritage Treasures. And when I started translating these, I was like, oh my God. And let's see here. So the first one is called Fires Before Dawn. And then we have, oops, that one's upside down. Hang on. We have Belokers Flower. And she's a folk artist there. This one is Tempered Steel. Stonecutter. And let's see if I can pronounce this one. Primachenko. And I don't know what Primachenko means. And that's the only translation I got. But there are 5 of those family heritage treasures. And yeah, I'll be growing those out. But I mean, this incredible, what an amazing surprise this morning. It just absolutely made an ugly, rainy, boring day so much brighter, and I am so appreciative of it. So that is what is in my unexpected seed haul, because those other seeds from the Need for Seed and Sylvan Roots, they weren't even supposed to be here until Monday, and then I got this in, and it was just, it's incredible. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet, please think about subscribing to my channel and giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Thanks.